Alright, well it's Monday, January 12th there, and there's two fights I wanted to get to real quick, and then I'm going to go into kind of a UFC kind of thing, MMA stuff, I think. The first fight is the Luis Collazo, Andre Berto fight. And that's on the 17th. That's coming up in a couple days here. And a lot of people are really pushing for this Berto. They've pumped him up. He's 23-0. He's had 19 knockouts. Looks great. But his biggest win is basically against Steve Forbes, a guy who's lost 4 of his last 5 fights. And he was pretty much just about out of boxing before the contender came along and picked up his career and everything and started doing all that, to get it going and stuff. I don't know why I can't keep my hands down. Anyway, so you've got Berto. He's the young guy. He's coming up. And then you have Luis Collazo, who I believe beat Hatton. He lost to Mosley in a unanimous decision, but I think Mosley was hopped up on roids at the time, or performance-enhancing drugs. And I don't know, I think Collazo, being left-handed and everything, is just going to be able to come in there and take it to the younger fighter, the less experienced fighter and stuff like that. Fighters always get a lot of knockouts early in their career. They're always knocking dudes out left and right. And then all of a sudden, once they really start hitting the upper class competition, those knockouts fade. So you build up real quick and then you start to fade off a little bit there. And I don't think Berto is going to be able to take Collazo out. I don't think Collazo's ever been taken out like that. He's a very, very good fighter. Very good fighter. And aside from the Mosley loss and the robbery over Hatton, he's looked really well over the last couple fights. So, that being said, I'm going with Collazo on a decision on that. I think he takes Berto all the way. The second fight is the Mosley-Margarito fight. I don't even think this fight should be happening. Mosley, I think the fight between him and Mayorga was fixed, because there's no way you can whoop someone's ass for 12 rounds, and then miraculously, well, I guess it happened with Leonard and Hearns. But that just seemed that seemed set up, man. That was as bad as the value of Holyfield fight. I just don't see that. I think Margarito is going to walk Mosley's ass down and wear him out. Mosley's done. Lost to Cotto in a decision. Margarito stopped Cotto, beat him down, walked him down. And I believe that's going to happen with Mosley too. All right, this one's UFC 93. You have Rich Franklin, 24-3 against Dan Henderson, 23-7. Rich Franklin, great all-around fighter. Good stand-up, good leg kicks, good wrestling, underrated jiu-jitsu. And you have Dan Henderson, who's a fantastic wrestler, really good striker. He's got good boxing. His feet are really set. He throws a lot of power with his shots and stuff like that. He's not that great at offensive submissions, or as if there is any other kind of submission. It's always offensive. But I think, and this is in Ireland, not that matters, but it's in Ireland. But I think Franklin takes this one. I think he takes it, and he does it by submission. It'll probably go into the third, because they're both great world-class athletes. But Franklin's stamina is amazing. I think Franklin's from Ohio too. Not that makes me biased, but anyway, that's what I have there. I have the Franklin taking out Henderson via the armbar or something like that, submission anyway, in the third round and stuff. I can't, my hands. Anyway, the second fight we have is Shogun Rua against Mark Coleman, and once again, bit of a fan of Ohio State and stuff, so you'd think I'd pull for Mark Coleman. But at 44, I don't know if I can go for it. I think age has caught up with him. He has dropped weight. He's down to light heavy for the first time in 20 years. Hands are back up again. I don't know what to do with my hands. They're going crazy. But the fight with Rua that he won, he beat Ruin the last time in 2006. Really wasn't, he didn't beat him. I mean, dude fell and broke his arm. Wasn't like he broke it doing an arm bar or something. I mean, dude fell while he was getting, he was shooting in and went down, caught himself wrong and broke his arm. So, and there might be a little bit bad blood there because the guy started, who was Baroni or those guys, they started banging it out and stuff back and forth in the corner there. The corner started going at it. But I think Rua, who's in his prime, I believe he's only like 27 years old. I think Rua is going to take Coleman out, man. Oh God, I think the weight loss is going to hurt him. I think just time is finally going to catch up to him. I applaud him for what he's doing. I'm not saying just because you're 44 that Coleman can't whoop my ass. But I don't think he's going to whoop Rua's ass, and that's what matters. You feeling me? And so I could see Rua taking him out in the second. But that's just me. I've been wrong before, but I don't think I'm wrong this time. All right, well, those are the two MMA fights that I wanted to cover there that are coming up. And I believe it's on the 17th as well. So you better hook it up, check it out, find it on the internet, whatever you got to do. But those should be some great fights. All right. Well, this is Bigragu. I'm out.